Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So today we got a video from Atlanta Street interviews of this young male who moved in with a chick from Atlanta and she ends up cheating on him and stuff like that. And he's homeless. So we're gonna be giving our own personal perspective on the video. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and let's hop straight into the content.
She brought him to the house?
Yes, I seen on the camera that.
So we got my guy out here today. How you doing today, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. A little bit of rain, but we good. We
Yes,
good.
sir.
All right, so are you homeless?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how old are you, man?
26.
26. And so how long have you been homeless?
Like three years.
3 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happened 3 years ago that caused you to become homeless?
When I first moved out here to Atlanta, this girl, she told me it's okay to move in and everything. And like everything didn't go right. She left me for another guy.
What?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how long had y'all been talking before you got here?
We were talking like I met her on Instagram.
Okay.
And then I came out here, we linked
Now I'm
up.
saying, like, how long had y'all, when y'all met on Instagram, how long was it between when y'all met and when you finally came out here?
Like 2 months.
Okay, so y'all was talking for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's and that's pretty fast right there. Like, how many of you guys think that 2 months is too fast to move cities and move in with somebody you do not know? You know, because obviously I'm pretty sure that this dude done learned more than he ever knew about her while he been staying with her. You only been talking to somebody online. You know, so this is insane, man. But let's keep it moving.
She tell you that she had another guy or anything
No,
like
sir.
that? Okay, so she was putting on like she's single.
Mm-hmm.
Come on out here. What was the situation? Why did she invite you out here?
And like she told me, she said she need help and everything like that, emotional support that I thought I was gonna be the man for her and everything like that. But it turned out that she was playing with my emotions.
Wow. And so when you got out here, how long was you out here before you got put out or whatever?
Like a year?
A year?
Yes, sir.
So how long during that year, how long did it take before you found out she was dealing with somebody else?
Like I had to find out for myself that she brought the guy to the house.
She brought him to the house?
Yes, I seen on the camera that she had brought him to the house. I had the camera for Affinity,
Uh-huh.
and I had got an alert from the phone when I was at work. She was sneaking him in the back door.
And that's crazy right there. And you guys already know Atlanta is one of those cities. Like, Sin City. This is where I started my homeless journey at. I got a lot of experience with the dating market in Atlanta, and basically like he said, like you will be with a chick in Atlanta and um you thinking everything going good, then out of nowhere, 9 times out of 10, she's probably leaving you for another dude, or she's already cheating on you, and then you gotta like play cat and mouse and like actually figure out what's going on so you can get out of this situation. Let's keep it moving.
What? Okay. What did you do when you found that out?
I was hurt about it, but I had moved on and found my beautiful queen right here.
Right, so we're gonna talk to her in a second. How you doing, sweetie? All right. So we're gonna talk to her in a second, but okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so y'all was good for up to.
And you see how fast he done moved on and found another chick. That's what I'm saying. That's what type of city Atlanta is. Like it's like hookup culture for black man. You know what I'm saying? It's like lovely. Like even if you're homeless, I was homeless with chicks with cribs, with careers and stuff, but like with 90% of them chicks was not good for me though, you know. Like it was fun while it lasted, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like a lot of these chicks in Atlanta have their own agenda, and they're not really working with the man. They'll work with you to a certain point, and then they tend to monkey branch to the next person. But let's keep it moving.
That time,
Yes, sir.
and she never gave you any indication that
No.
nothing was wrong?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you saw on the home video cameras, you know what I'm saying, the security footage or whatever, you saw her sneaking the guy in.
Yes, sir, through the back door. His name was Brian.
Brian, okay. Did you know him?
Nah, I ain't know him.
How'd you know his name was Brian?
She had told me when she brought it, like she had her mama bring him to the house, type of him and shit. He ain't gotta do nothing about it.
Say what? Say that again?
She bring him over so she could him, and he ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's what she told me.
She said she
Yeah,
could bring him to the house to
yeah,
give
then-
her some D.
Yo, then I was out there. I came outside. Then he was walking up the steps and shit like that. Then she tried to call APD on me to get me to leave. Talk about I get your hotel for the night. Calm down. Tried to play me like I was a sucker.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, did she give you?
And that's the thing, the dangerous thing about dating a lot of modern black women in places like Atlanta, you know, especially if you get the wrong ones. And there's a lot of the wrong ones scrolling around Atlanta, you know, who don't have your best interests at heart, you know. For everybody who have found somebody in Atlanta and y'all rocking, and it's not for you. But for all my single guys, man, it's very difficult on a single dude in Atlanta, bro. Like, yeah, you can meet women, you can hook up, you know, like homelessness is probably not as bad as you thought it was in Atlanta for a black man, you know, because it's a black city, you know. But at the same time, like messing with these chicks, like a chick will backdoor you, like a dude to come through the door, and you know, next thing you know, you gotta lay it down. But let's keep it moving.
Any indication that maybe she wasn't satisfied or anything like
No,
that?
sir.
So she never gave you any indication that, hey, I may want another guy or something like that.
No, sir.
So this was a complete shock to you.
Complete shock.
Wow. Okay. That's a hell of a story. Do you have any kids?
Got one on the way.
Okay. Congrats. We're gonna talk about that. All right. So no biological kids. And so have you ever been married?
No, sir.
No? Okay, so let's just start from the beginning. Where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi.
Oh, you from that SIP? Hey, that boy said that Cleveland, but not Ohio.
No, sir.
That boy from the Cleveland, Mississippi. Yes, sir. Hey, man, shout out that Mississippi, man. Shout it out. Shout out that Cleveland all day. All right, so growing up in Cleveland, Mississippi, did you have both mom and dad in the
Yes,
household?
sir.
Okay, were they married?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
How many?
Got 14 brothers.
14?
I have 14 siblings.
14 siblings? How many of them did you grow up in the house with?
5.
5? And amongst those 5, where are you in the birth order?
I'm the baby in the middle of it.
You the baby?
Mm-hmm.
I hope this dude get a DNA test, man, because you in a city that, you know, it's a lot of, they call it Sin City for a reason, bro. It's a lot of stuff going on in Atlanta. You know, a lot of people act like they're this way, but actually they're not that way. You know, and they're not for you. So hopefully this dude's go get him a DNA test when his baby's born, and not just sign a birth certificate. But let's keep it moving.
Wow. Okay. So growing up in Mississippi, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Yes, sir.
So you had a good childhood.
Yes, sir.
Raised up, did all the normal things,
Yes,
activities. Went to high school.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
graduated?
played football for Eastside High School and I graduated 2017.
Okay, you
Yes,
played
sir.
football for East Side. Okay, was you any good?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
I was the quarterback.
You was the quarterback?
Yes, sir.
What years?
2017. I graduated.
So your
2017.
senior year, you was the quarterback?
Yes, sir.
What was y'all record that year?
11-7.
Okay. Y'all play 18 games?
But like the playoffs count.
Okay. How'd y'all do?
Good.
And like as far as into the playoffs?
We lost.
Okay. I got you. So I'm talking to the quarterback right now. Okay. So, all right. So you graduated high school. Did you go to college?
No, sir.
No. So what'd you do? Like once you graduated high school?
I had started working at the Plasma Center.
Okay. So started working at the Plasma Center. And so what was it that made you decide, you know what, I'm going to leave home. I'm going to come here to Atlanta. I get it. She needed help with bills, but did your parents or your siblings, did nobody tell you that, Hey, that's probably not the best idea.
Yeah, my big brother tried to tell me, he was like, I'm gonna let you find out the hard way.
So what did Big Bro
Yeah, like a lot of people go to cities like Atlanta, Miami, and stuff like that, and they got good intentions, but Atlanta's just a culture in which in itself, and it take a strong individual to maneuver through Atlanta. I'm not saying you can't make it. I see people make it all the time in Atlanta, but it takes a strong individual to make it, and make it in Atlanta. Atlanta's a beautiful city, man. You just like when you're homeless, it's like a homeless and you're dealing with women and stuff like that in the streets and stuff. It's very difficult, bro. Like it's like a lot of potholes, holes you can fall into and stuff like that. But but let's keep it moving.
tell you?
He said everything look good, ain't good. I was like, big bro, let me try it out. He was like, you can try it out, but I don't think that's the right decision to make.
Okay, what'd your parents say?
The same thing.
Okay, so you had good advice.
Yes, sir.
People told you, I don't know about this. This may not be the best thing. Okay, so you say it's been, I'm sorry, did you say a few months or a year since that incident happened? She kicked you
Like
out?
for years, like
Oh, it's been a few years since she kicked you out?
last year.
It happened last year. Okay. So what have you been doing since then? Like, what has your housing situation been like?
In the shelter.
Okay, so
Anyway.
so why not go back home?
I will, but I'm trying to move forward, not backwards.
I get it. Sometimes
Yeah, Atlanta sure does have a lot more appeal than Mississippi, But at the same time, like, if you don't know how to maneuver and you don't have no plan, like, even if you're homeless, you have to have a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to get out of this situation? How are you going to get some rent money to get you an apartment, get you a car, and start living, paying them bills, and then you got to move on up and get you a house someday. A lot of people don't look at it like that, but I stayed at Gateway Shelter when I first got to Atlanta, and it really was like the worst decision I made. Like, the shelters in Atlanta are trash. Like, you might as well just really thug it out outside because the weather's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the suburbs and go to work. You know what I'm saying? Go to work and grind. Like, if I was to go back to Atlanta, and if I was in a bad situation, I would know how to maneuver through Atlanta now. At first it took me a long time to really realize and figure things out, but it's not as hard as we try to make it. But let's keep it moving.
you go backwards so you can move forward a little faster.
Yes, sir.
Did that thought never cross your mind?
Yes, sir. Like, she was telling me, let's go back and try it over again, like to build in Mississippi.
Is she from the same place you are?
No, it's from Nebraska.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to her in a second too. But okay, because it's like, all right, I get it. Things didn't work out, whatever. But is it an ego and pride thing as to why you're not going back home?
I will. My big brother want me to go back home.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is it a pride thing? Is
No,
it
sir.
ego?
I'll go back.
So what's kept you out here? Like, in other words, you prefer to stay at Gateway in the shelter versus, being a little more stable back home?
I go back home. The one thing about doing, go ahead and go back home.
Have you not been back home since you came out here?
I've been back home like 4 months ago.
4 months ago? Okay. Because, like, what about, like, Thanksgiving, Christmases? You just haven't been home?
No, sir.
What's up with that, man? You got family, man. They
Yes,
want to
sir.
see you during the
Yes,
holiday
sir.
season.
I'm going to go back and see him.
All right. Okay. So, long story short, the girl that you came out here to be with, basically cheated on you. And why do you think she was so blatant with it? Like, so kind of in your face about it?
She the type of female that thinks she better than everybody. Her name is Gloria Ross. She don't look like
You ain't have to say her name.
She don't even look like everything like that. She thinks she all that in a bag of chips.
Well, I get that, but you chose her.
I had told.
So whatever she doesn't look like, that's on you.
I had told her because I thought that she gonna be the one that I thought she gonna be the good female and shit like that, but turned out that she wasn't.
All right, man. Well, listen, we really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions. if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way?
Yeah, that's crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like he could maneuver through because the economy and Atlanta probably be a lot better than Mississippi. But if you can go back to Mississippi and know for sure you'll have some work and a place to stay, and the houses and stuff are cheaper down there, yeah, I'll go back home. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta is like it ain't New York. It ain't the concrete jungle. I ain't gonna disrespect New York like that. You know what I'm saying? But Atlanta is just a whole nother beast, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for people who don't have a plan. You know, man, you can get stuck in Atlanta, bro. But man, that's all I got for the video, man. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next one. Over and out.